Hello and welcome to second round back 12 coverage from the Santa Cruz Masters Cup here in Santa Cruz, California. We are at the De La Viega Disc Golf Course. Big Sexy commentary here with you, Nate Sexton and Jeremy Koling.
We've got the final 12 holes here at the De La Viega Golf Course, or Disc Golf Course rather. And this is the place where this place is so special. This back 12 is just a really treacherous start, or really the finale of the final shots here on the course. And the kitchen, wow, look at this. This is what we have to throw over.
This is a crazy hole. Yeah. Over a ravine, trees every year getting taller. Somehow every year the ravine gets deeper. I don't know who's down there digging, but somebody's just doing work. You can kind of see that orange dot from the tee pad that's like 50 feet above the pin, and you sort of aim for that and just hope you hit the right combination of trees to drop down.
And I like that the drone flight, oh gosh, that was looking so nice. The drone flight actually had a nice shot there of the chimes as well.
Oh, that was rolling.
This hole is affectionately known as the refrigerator, or the kitchen hole, but it's also known as the chimes.
It goes by many names.
Yeah, the disc eater as well.
The worst hole in the world. That's another name for it.
Yeah, this one's a bit controversial. It's a bit strange. It's also like a hole where you could die right here off the tee. Like that is a straight 100-foot drop right off the edge of the tee box.
And really, it's a commentator's worst nightmare because all we can tell you is like, yeah, up the middle. No idea how close that is.
That looks good.
Looked pretty good. Green flag. Can't tell you anything more. It's really a tough hole. You really don't know. It's not really the worst hole in the world. It's sort of fun to throw, and the specter of that gully, that big ravine is kind of cool. But it's just one of those holes like I talked about on front 12 where I just feel like the best shots I've ever seen all hit trees.
Yeah. Oh, Philo said he got a woof from one of the spectators up there. So
it looked like a perfect shot. And here is Rick laying one up. Beautiful. It looks like Josh got close. I mean, our group must have thrown some great drives if this is the next putt up.
Oh, wow. And just barely nicks the top of that branch there out of the hand. That was on a good line. I think that was probably going to be cashed if he had just stayed a little bit lower.
I'd believe it. Oh, man, that was a disappointing effort from Dylan. He's getting a little frustrated, understandably so. Not the round he was looking for after such a great start on day one.
And Philo, another putt to start off the back 12. He's had several putts outside the circle so far and keeps that train rolling. And almost twists his ankle on the root right next to the basket while walking away. Watch out. These roots are so exposed here. This course gets so much play throughout the year.
Yeah, and throughout the 40 years it's been in the ground, I'm not even sure.
Right.
It's quite old, 35 years maybe. Hole 14, par 3, 550. Plays pretty much like a par 4. You're going to throw a fast disc backhand and try to take a good skip into the left and then navigate under these tiny oak trees, all kinds of trunks in the way, all kinds of bad skips and rolls just waiting to happen. I think we might see a truly special forehand roller from Dylan here. He can do some. Okay. I've seen him do some amazing ones. I hope he does it for us now.
That forehand roller, the only thing it really needs to avoid is Lake Maple in the middle of the fairway. Interesting fact about Lake Maple, like you and I, it was established in 1985.
Oh, nice. And it's there's no water in it. It's about 8 feet across, but it has a nice name anyway.
There's even a plaque there on the right next to it. It says Lake Maple, established 1985. That way you know it's true.
Yeah.
And Ricky has pulled that one way too far right. That's going to make a very difficult approach. And this is the line I really like to see that's slightly inside, can hit that hard pan and get the big skip. As long as that doesn't go down the hill, that's phenomenal.
Yeah, great spot for that little forehand approach.
And it looks like he's going to be in a really good spot. And it looks like you've called it right.
I am back on my game. And he throws these super overstable Firebirds. So it looks like it's going to go too soon, but then it doesn't. And then it just goes all the way to the pin every time, from what I can tell.
Wow. And to throw that shot and trust that it's not going to go down that hill of death is taking a lot of courage.
Yes.
It is a very scary shot to throw. If you don't throw something very overstable, it will go down that hill.
And Ricky has to go to the forehand roller here. And it doesn't really want to slow down.
No.
He's not loving that. That's a long way from the pin still.
Yeah, that was a misplay there for Ricky. He needed to keep that thing out there with a little bit more overstability, keep it right, and let it break in late. And he got that thing over vertical way too soon.
Mm-hmm. Dylan.
Oh, yeah. Oh, not the roll he wanted.
That's might be tricky over there.
Oof. It's going to be within close to circle's edge, but man, that is not going to be an easy putt. And it looks like Josh actually did go down the hill a bit. Oh, and has knacked the tree right out of his hand. Knack is a word I just made up, and you can just figure out what it means.
It's a word. It means something,
Nick.
but it doesn't mean the thing that you tried to make it mean.
Nope. You know what?
But you do have a knack for wordplay.
Wow.
Josh with a huge putt. He has a knack for putting, man.
Oh, yeah. Knick-knack, patty.
Wow, is that through there? Through the branches and everything?
I did not know. That's incredible.
Insane
Wow.
putt.
We couldn't see from there that it went through those trees. That's just awesome. And Dylan going through the trees as well for his save.
Perfect, man. And the crowd loves that. See, I heard that cheer. I was hoping that was somehow where his forehand roller had landed. Because as I was playing, I saw him make that putt, and I was like, could it really have been a 2?
Right.
So people were loving it. But nice putt from Philo, too. That's not easy.
And I have to give a quick shout out. I forgot to mention it yesterday, but on round 1, I-5, Kevin Jones walked away with a big 2.
Yes. Pretty cool.
Only 2 of the tournament so far, which is not surprising.
Yeah, hole 15, par 3, 363 feet. This one is so tough. The tee is kind of down low. There's just a tiny gap to get out of, and then there's so many more trees still waiting for you up here. Super, super rare too. I would say maybe second rarest on the course.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. There's
after I-5?
Yes, correct.
Philo with a great shot here, but you're going to see that even a shot that good,
even a shot that tight and low,
is still
not tight enough.
60 feet away, probably. I mean, that's an amazing shot.
And we've seen some plays get close to the pin in the past, going the big high hyzer. And Josh, not sure if he quite has the power that it takes to get all the way up there, but it is a good safe shot.
Wow, that's great where that just landed. I think he's playing it left on purpose to try to stay out of the oaks, just playing a layup, basically.
But it's crazy to me that and this is actually a guy who can get this hole with the Anheuser sidearm. Wow, man. That was close, just about a foot higher than it needed to be, but that's what you have to do. If you want to get the distance, it has to be somewhat high. Inside like that, Ricky, I don't know if he's going for that inside line or not, but either way, that's about the height. Maybe he needed something a little bit more overstable to get that flex, but he's looking at a long 2 from about 45 feet. Maybe a little bit longer.
This is a tough upshot. There's always a tree trunk.
And Dylan is still looking for that first 2 of the round.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Ricky was further than 45 feet. He had to throw a sidearm approach, but really not feeling bad about a 3 on this hole. This is one of those strange holes where 363 feet, 3 is a great score.
Hello, man. Good effort.
Only 2 2s on the day. Robert Lockwood and Andrew McGill.
Nice. Robert Lockwood, man. That's a forehand roller play. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen him throw a harp forehand 350 feet.
I saw him go harp off top of the world.
Yeah, he's got a monster forehand. Dylan really needs to make this putt for his bogey. Ooh, just low enough to left enough.
Yeah.
We like Brooklyn.
Three pars, 1 bogey there. Pretty average for how that hole plays. Hole 16, par 3, 339, super obstructed. As you can see here, the drone has no idea where the pin is. It's really tough. You're flying here over these trees, then you've got to drop down underneath these branches somehow and slide to the pin. The only saving thing here is that now that the top of this oak has started to die off, a big forehand play has kind of become available that wasn't really there in past years.
And this is about the height that you're looking for.
Too much right?
Slight bit too much turn, but wow, that was just a fraction of turn less from being exactly what you're looking for. So difficult as these trees continue to get taller to get it over the ceiling and under the ceiling by the green.
Yeah. This is also going pretty right.
Well, he's got a little bit more of a stable to flex the shot out. Oh, he's gotten through one of the Guardians.
Got lucky, but he's loving it. It went right through the trees, but it's parked now.
Yeah, and the crowd probably didn't even see where it landed because there really wasn't any reaction.
And here's that huge forehand play. This is nice. Around the tree, backside of the green, open putt.
And that play is giving yourself a shot at 35, 40 feet. It's hard to get much closer than that. But Ricky, being such a good putter, playing the high percentage shot to give himself a look.
And this is more of a high crash play. This is moving a little bit right of the pin, I think.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Okay, it's come down. Really, the best aiming point is that dead, dark brown or dark gray patch of leaves above the trees. But oh, foul! Man, foul! Almost making another putt outside the circle. What has he made? Like 4 of them so far. It feels like.
I think so.
Dylan is just begging right now. Please.
Ooh.
And Josh will pick up the only birdie on the card. I'm not going to call it a bonus birdie, but it is. Well, every hole at Dale has a bonus birdie.
Yeah,
Man. They all feel good.
Yeah, I was about to say, you can call you. No one's going to get on you, man. You can call a bonus birdie a bonus birdie. This one is short, but so tricky.
7 birdies in the first 12 holes, mainly due to my rocks. The beauty of the rock is that I can throw them at pretty much the same speed as my driver, but avoid a big flaring skip for a more straighter and softer finish. The best disc in my bag, the rock.
And one of the best throwers of it.
Definitely. Hole 17, par 3, 435 across the field. There's Lake Maple. Beautiful.
There she is in all her glory.
And you are going to have to miss these 2 tree guardians and this one pine tree that blocks the basket. A little bit of a drop off to the right side. We're going to see some power fairway drivers, I would think, turning over towards the pin. Ooh, I'm looking like a roller.
Like we said, one of the best roller throws ever. Is at that technical distance.
This is nice.
Wow.
That's about 25?
Yeah, that's incredible. Anything right of the pin down there is really, really bad news. There's a pretty severe slope that you're going to see on the next hole. If you somehow break through these trees, it's going to be hard to find your disc. And that roller play brings it in if you don't keep it out wide. And follow with a great looking throw, but caught the edge of those trees that really make this shot so difficult off the tee.
And Ricky just parked this one last time. This looks to be a little short. Oh, and not the best lie.
I'm going to call. I'm going to call it. Dylan's going to get a birdie here.
It looks good right now.
I'm hoping for it.
Get down there.
Oh, he's got a good look at it. Yeah.
Look at this. Anti-release.
Yep.
Huge power. 435, folks.
And this takes a lot of guts to run this. Yeah, that's kind of a half effort there from Philo. His traditional putt is a lot straighter, and that was kind of a hyzer, stally drop putt.
Yeah, Rick's not laying that up, but that's a good tree because that would have probably gone 35-40 had he not hit that.
Oh, at the minimum. Wow.
Josh picking up some birdies.
Look at this, and he is just picking it up right now. And tied right now with Philo, and he's only one stroke back of Ricky.
It looked like Ricky was running away, but
Yeah.
things have kind of gone a little south for him in these last few holes.
And Dylan about 22 feet away for his first two of the round.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. And I promise I did not look at stats before I said that he was about to get a two. It just
Can confirm that was a legit call.
seemed right. It seemed right. It seemed like it needed to happen.
Yep, it feels right. Hole 18, par 3, 225 downhill. This is the gravity hole because there are a lot of rollaways moving down to the right. It's such a touchy little green to get your putter to stop on. And the overwhelming majority is going to play a putter hyzering just to the left of that V tree, anti-skip back to the pin.
And you can really trust gravity to do what gravity does on this hole. You know, you throw the disc up and you just let the gravity do the rest and just drop it right to the pin.
Yeah. The theory is really gaining some traction, the theory of gravity. A lot of people believe in it. And that is pretty straight, but it takes a decent reaction. He's going to be in the circle. Straight uphill putt. Maybe a bit high, but I think this is going to work out.
Oh, good roots. Those roots can be your best friend or your biggest enemy. And right there, Philo's going to definitely be happy with the result there.
This is perfect.
Friends or enemies, friends. Friends forever. Nice shot there. And Dylan looking at two birdies in a row. Count it.
He's back.
18 holes later, he's back to where he started. 9 under par. Let's see if he can get a couple more to finish up this round. And just plugging away.
Mm-hmm.
Josh, 7 under. Great score to be at through 18 holes.
Philo in with a nice birdie, and Rick's going to do the same. These guys are in a three-way battle here.
Yeah, good shootout.
Hole 19, par 3, 276. Very unique hole, as we mentioned yesterday, because you've got to throw kind of an anhyzer mid-range underneath this tree, going so hard to the right, almost harder than you can really intentionally throw. It's so hard to do it correctly. And then you want to just slide down here over this root somehow. It's blind, so none of us really know what's going on down there. But sometimes it's parked, and then you can celebrate.
Oh, no. And I had heard something about them mentioning that they were going to cut that branch down.
They should.
Barsby hit that branch right in the group before us, and he was mentioning how they had said something about that. And look at this. Oh, the inside play.
Could have worked.
This camera angle does not do it justice. I mean, if you aren't standing on this tee, you cannot really get a feel for how tight this shot is. It looks like, oh, you just throw it down the inside route, no problem.
But look, when Philo throws like a pretty nice looking turnover, that's way too straight. That's not even close to getting down towards the pin.
It's incredibly tricky. It's probably the trickiest hole.
And these three that hit that tree, not an easy upshot at all.
No, it's all downhill, and then there's that anaconda root down there by the pin that really makes it difficult to...
Oh, no, that's going to be a death putt. Well, actually, that's a friendly little roll, but still a death putt.
Yeah, that's still looking at close to 40 feet. And... Oh,
whoa, Rick, where are you going?
The Anheuser kick has put him down the hill to the right. That's going to be a really tough par save.
Yeah. And Josh going to show off that forehand touch. Nicely done. It's cool to watch Josh because you don't think of him as a forehand player, but then he's going to bust out these beautiful little forehand putter shots. Really well-rounded. Philo content to lay up there. Perfectly done. Dylan going to have to lay up as well. Probably a smart play. Just take bogey.
Ricky's probably thinking I should just lay this up.
Yeah, but then sometimes you...
Oh!
I was going to say, so Ricky right there, this is a very rare thing in disc golf. Sharply uphill death putt. Because that's how precipitous this green is.
And just like that.
Wow.
Double bogey. And we're going to have a new pair of leaders.
Wow. Yeah, it's so rare to have a super uphill putt with nothing behind it.
Yeah, it's crazy. Just perched at the top of this little mound, and Ricky is no stranger to taking big numbers in this hole. As you see him walking away frustrated, he knows how dangerous this green can be. It cost him the title several years ago, and not that that's going to cost him the title here. It's way too early in the event. We have a whole nother round and a few more holes of this one to go.
Yeah.
But it's just maybe a little bit of a flashback.
Maybe. Hole 20, par 3, 324. This one is a pretty tight hyzer. I think the play for most of these guys is going to be a mid-range. I bet Josh goes to a fairway driver here for a little extra fade. But you want to throw a pretty severe hyzer and just sneak it through the middle, but you got to go left of that big grouping of pines. This is looking pretty good if it pulls left.
Oh, yeah. That's just down the center of the fairway the entire way. That is
perfect shot.
Mm-hmm. You can't draw it up any cleaner than that.
I think that's a seasoned Firebird right there.
Really?
That's my prediction.
I was going to guess eagle. Yeah, I don't think Philo jumped. I think he hit that big log there across the fairway. And that looks like, it appears to be a mid-range of sorts here. I think it might be his ghost that he likes to throw so much.
That wasn't good. Hopefully that took a kick to the left. It's pretty bad over there. This looks pretty ideal.
And wow,
what
an
a
ace
shot.
run. Ricky bouncing back after the double with a really fantastic drive.
Looks like Dylan did get a pretty fortunate result. At least he can stand up and make a shot from here. And that is exactly what he does. Doesn't roll OB. He should be okay to save par. Philo with a perfect layup. Good save.
I mean, Dylan is working so hard, man. He's made so many par saves.
No way.
Wow. Really? I'm sure he's going to stretch as much as he can to not have to throw the forehand, but...
Yeah, he's going to find a way to... There we go.
Yeah, okay, wow.
You do not want to have to throw a 10-foot forehand.
Wow. Two incredible drives rewarded with a really fantastic birdie on this very tricky hole 19 or hole 20. But
it's both.
Yeah, it's both. You have to come here to know what we're talking about.
Hole 21, par 3, 399 uphill. This one is reachable only by the most elite distance throwers for the birdie look to get up in the circle. You have to go straight up this hill, and then the pin is up tucked to the left up an extremely steep part of the hill. So it's a distance driver for sure. Hopefully a little bit flippy with an inside hyzer. That's the way I see people get the closest, but it's amazingly far. This is a nice shot. Right at where the short pin sits. He's probably 50 feet below the hole there, playing like 85.
Yeah, no kidding. And Ricky absolutely parked this one in round one, and this is too tight. I think.
He got away with it.
Wow, that shot typically hits branches and comes up well short. That is a very good look at the birdie, and you're not looking straight uphill, so that putt is not quite as far as one that's just as close, but maybe down the hill, it feels like. And Philo with a nice rip, but not necessarily in what we'd call the elite distance range of players, so he doesn't quite have the power maybe to get all the way up there.
Yeah, but he's got the putter that could connect from anywhere, so.
No doubt.
And this is a play you don't see often. Forehand here, dealing with the massive crush.
What on earth?
And that's in the zone.
Oh, wow. That's silly. That's really showing off the power. That's
The
impressive.
angle, the trusting that angle, so tough. You know, Josh will take a run at that.
No,
Well, maybe he won't.
No, I disagree.
I would.
Yeah, it's almost. You'd like to run this hole, and even when you're trying to run it, you come up short.
Yeah.
It's so hard to throw it as high as you need to. Oh, that would have been a really big time to make a huge birdie for Rick, who parked this in round 1. I got to give a shout out to Seppo Payu, who has put 2 drives, maybe a total of 20 feet.
He did it again.
He did it again. Just making this hole look like child's play. And you ever seen Seppo throw? You know that he is certainly in the elite distance throwers. He can absolutely rip on a disc.
Bunch of threes, nothing to sneeze at.
But you.
Don't sneeze at it. 22, par 3, 280 uphill. This one has got a bunch of trees in the way. As you can see, there's a straight play. The basket is, as you can see, just there on the right. So you kind of aim for those 2 dark trunks. You can go straight at them. You can play a big turnover also to try to get to that space. Really, really tough drive to execute, though, to get any kind of putt that you feel like running because it's a super slopey green. That's very nice. 25,
Oh, wow.
25 feet.
Really nice. And Rick went for this inside line yesterday and did not execute. Today, he's
It's not bad. It's probably 45.
Yeah, probably one of the few times in daylight history that grass has slowed down a shot.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Philo, which route's he going to take? He's going super low, straight at it.
Oh, wow.
It's rooted.
And that could have been a very interesting result. No way of really telling how it's going to skip off that hill or if it jumps straight up or continues to move forward.
Forehand through the middle.
And this one can get super downhill quick.
Stop. Yep, he's all right. But Josh, opportunity to grow that lead. Great upshot. Ricky probably has a low ceiling here. I'm not sure if he can make it, but clearly he could have. That is so scary, though, because that can roll 100 feet from that spot.
Shit.
Josh is in.
Has he missed?
Not in the last few years.
It's awesome watching putt. Just so much confidence. Stop. Does his routine, just lets it fly, and is so consistent. You can't wait to get that par putt in.
And Josh opens up a 2-shot lead.
I don't want to say a poor putting round for Ricky, but it hasn't been Ricky-esque in some ways.
Not too many highlights.
Yeah, it's not that he's been missing a bunch of putts inside the circle, because he hasn't. But it's, those right on the edge of the circle, just outside, that he tends to make, hasn't been falling.
Yeah. 23 is a 354-foot par 3 right along the spine here. Big drop-offs on both sides. Can be sort of a windy hole at times. One little bush right in the dead center fairway to slow you down, but we're going to see some hard-thrown mid-ranges or kind of medium-stable fairway drivers. This looks maybe like a mid. No, maybe leopard or something.
That is a leopard. No, it's an Eagle.
Oh, okay.
I picked that disc up the other day.
Okay.
That is an old CE Eagle.
Ricky with, I'm sure, some kind of mid-range, and that's pretty good. That's probably less than 30 feet.
Look at that. 2 holes in a row. Ricky has been stopped by the grass on the ground. That's how you do it. That is how you throw it, ladies and gentlemen. Comes up a bit short, but pretty happy with that rock shot. And this is a very tricky play. You have to start this one up pretty far right and bend it left. The hard part is really getting it to check up before it goes down this hill on the right.
Oh, great branch there.
Or just use it as a backstop. It's pretty thick, so I guess it's somewhat reliable.
Mm-hmm.
And that right there is...
That you don't see too often.
That's very strange.
You don't see that a whole lot either. Is Josh going to go up 3?
If he makes his putt, he will.
This basket's cursed, though.
Okay, got 27 feet to save a little bit of grace for the cart here.
Wow. 4 straight putts from maybe they were all in the circle or pretty close to it. They were all very similar distance. Pretty shocking.
I would have bet my life savings that we had no less than 1 or 2 birdies.
Glad you didn't make that bet, man. That would have been a disaster.
I tend to make bad bets.
Yeah.
That would have been a bad one. But yeah, I would have lost. That's I'm kind of speechless about it, and it looks like Philo was as well.
That's crazy.
Josh at least looked like he hit center chains, but too high. These Mach X's sometimes don't catch. If it's just off the left and it's high,
Yeah.
it sometimes doesn't collect. They're great baskets overall, but that putt doesn't want to stay in. Also.
Yeah. Here we are on top of the world. 24, par 3, 550, downhill, OB long. A lot of stuff you could possibly hit. You're going to either see big hyzer, straight mid-range, or big forehand.
Oh, Josh. That needs to come down.
Oh, no.
Wow, with a 2-stroke lead, that brings bogey into the equation. And if Rick or Philo were to pick up a birdie here, they could be tied.
Mm-hmm.
But Rick has this way out to the right. Spectators jumping out of the way, but not what Ricky was looking for at all. You really have to trust this out over the parking lot.
Wow. Fortunate missing those limbs. But then it hit some other limbs maybe. Where did it go?
And Philo says, that's okay, actually. And it is. It's not in the tree. And Dylan, a birdie here would bring him back to even for the round.
Roll.
Oh, look at this, baby, roll.
Sweet.
Yeah, that'll please the crowd. Awesome shot there.
Last shot of the day from the top. Oh, no, the ladies are actually still coming at this point. I forgot
right. That's right.
They played in the afternoon.
And look at this spot Josh has found himself in. Nice recovery shot, but
Ooh.
wow, that's about 45 feet short. And Josh has played pretty clean today. Hasn't had many bogeys. I think maybe 1 to speak of all around.
Yeah, I can't remember too many mistakes.
And Ricky, oh man, again, just not a putt you see made very often, but just surprising to see him not make many of those today.
Josh will take a bogey.
So there's going to be 3 players within 1 stroke of the lead going into the final round here, as long as Josh can make this putt.
Either way.
And Dylan
3
with
players within a stroke.
Look
either
at
way.
that awesome finish there in front of the gallery, and it might have been a tough round, but like we said yesterday, you birdie the top of the world. It just makes things feel a little bit better.
Absolutely.
So there will be 3 players
15, 14, 14.
Hole within a stroke. Final round, and we're talking about the exact opposite style of golf that we have seen.
Going to the ball golf course.
Look at that back 9 for Josh. Such a clean 9 into the final hole.
And look at Noah moving on to the lead card, just 20 years old at -13. A couple of Nates on second card. Thank you guys for tuning in again to JomezPro's coverage from the Santa Cruz Masters Cup. We will be back for one more day, back to the traditional 18 holes, big crushes, OB, some rollers. It's going to be great.